Hello everyone and welcome back to another Kerbal Space Program video. And in today's Kerbal Space Program video, we're going to be doing actually quite a few things. We're going to be like two birds in one stone, but like three birds in, yeah, still one stone. So, today's mission, the foremost part of the mission, or the, that didn't even make any sense. The primary mission is going to be visiting perhaps my favorite Easter egg in all of KSP. We're going to, it's going to be the one on Bop, so if you know which one that is, I don't know, comment section, right? I don't know. I always think it's really cringy when YouTubers are like, alright guys, if you know the answer, it'll be revealed at the end of the video, but comment your guesses in right now. Like, no one actually does that. I don't think they do. Do people do that? Let me know if you do that, I guess. Because, like, you could just watch to the end of the video. Then, like, I scroll through comment section, and I never see people, like, trying to guess this stuff. Because, like, you can just watch the end of the video. And it's not like a guess. It's not like we're all waiting to see who gets it. Ho ho. Because the comment section isn't, like, an actively, you know what I mean? It's not like a chat room. It's, or like a, you know? Or a message board. What am I even talking about? We're building a craft today in KSP, and we're going to be heading out to a Bop. And another thing I want to do, which I'm adding right now, is I want to experiment with some of the new stuff in 1.11. So we're going to be building like a nice little outpost right next to the Easter egg, which, you know, will be revealed when we get there. Oh my gosh! Actually, I do want to see if you guys can guess what it is. I don't know. I will a little bit of get the viewer interaction up, right? So we're going to be building a little bit of outpost by there. We're going to have like a little antenna, a nice little table and chairs, which you'll see. I think I have a pretty cool design for that. One of my most proudest achievements in KSP is I can make a table. Epic! I don't know. Sarcasm, by the way. So yeah, and we also make sure you have to pack a lot of those repair kits just in case we damage anything on the way. It'd be a good thing to have them, even not have them, obviously. And they really don't have that much weight, so it's all good. So that is our lander, a really derpy looking lander done. And now we can get construction of the our mothership and nuclear stage, which is it's like a Mat Lounge style nuclear stage, which you'll see when we get to it in like a second or two. So yeah, that is the two main aspects of our mission. You know, testing the 1.11 surface EVA construction mode, and visiting the Easter egg, and then our third bird for our stone in this analogy, I guess, is we're gonna be just heading out to Bop, and Bop is one of the newly revamped moons that came with 1.11. So we'll be able to do a nice little exploration of the newly revamped textures, which actually do look pretty cool. So yeah, just a way to, you know, when you see we get to Bop, it's gonna look pretty cool. Yeah, if you don't actually know where Bop is, I don't know if I even, because I feel like Bop is like it's like the second most forgotten about place in all of KSP, in my opinion. First is Pole. Second is Bop. So those are the two outer Jewel moons, or Julian moons around Jewel, obviously. Pole is the one that's like really far out, and then Bop is the one that's on that like 45-degree inclination, or it's like it's in the super inclined orbit around Jewel, which makes it pretty hard to get to. And if you just saw there a second ago, that was a very satisfying fairing build, because it like barely fit the nuclear stage, like barely fit in the 3.75, but it did, and it was epic and awesome. And now we're building our launch vehicle. So launch vehicle is going to be a two-stage vehicle with a Rhino on the upper stage, and then it's going to be a Vector stage on the bottom. Initially, I wanted to do a singular Mammoth engine on the bottom, but that did not have the thrust-to-weight ratio to get us off the pad, so I needed to do I believe it was a 7-vector design, so we could actually fly and not just sit on Kerbin the whole time, because that wouldn't get us to Bop, would it? While we're doing that, I would like to quickly do the plugs. Oh my gosh, guys, plug time. Actually, I would like to first of all say thank you very much for the 2,000 subscribers. That's pretty epic. My goal was, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, was to hit 2,000 by the end of 2020, and at the time of recording, it's December 19th. So, yeah, thank you guys all very much. Yeah, so I guess that wasn't much of a plug, was it? Well, let's see if we can do this quick before the launch. Subscribe, notification bell, comments, likes, Discord in the description. Oh my gosh, we do challenges on the Discord. Oh my gosh, guys, only 30% of you are subscribed. Oh my gosh. And now we're doing the launch. That was so cringy. All right. We are now launched, and we can get the time-lapse going. One thing I noticed in 1.11 is the game felt a little bit laggier. I don't know why, because I feel like I should get more FPS. Like, I'm pretty sure I did on my old, in 1.10, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. Now we're just doing a nice gentle gravity assist with our 7 vectors. As we cross around 5 kilometers, what I'm going to do is throttle the engines down just slightly to increase our efficiency. As we can go through max Q, alright? And then once we hit 10 kilometers, I'm going to throttle the engines back up to full power. as we pitch past 45 degrees. Now as we get ready for main engine cutoff and then staging of the bottom stage and then ignition of our Rhino. Oh my gosh, so epic. There it goes, and there is the Rhino stage ignited as we continue to pitch over. As we cross 30 kilometers, I'm going to pitch over until we head around 10 degrees of nose up, because I feel like that is a nice balance between increasing our horizontal velocity but also getting our app-waps out of the atmosphere. Because I mean, yeah, getting our horizontal velocity up is all well and good and stuff, but you actually need to get out of the atmosphere, right? Because if you get up to orbital velocity but you're at like 20 kilometers, you're going to get a whole lot of air resistance, and that's not very efficient. So we're trying to get a nice balance. I feel like I was a little bit too flat though. I could have done maybe 15, 20 degrees, it would have been a little more efficient, but hey, it's KSP. I brought way too much fuel for this mission because I didn't want to deal with, all the intricacies of like gravity and stuff. We do a gravity assist at Joule when we get there, but that was honestly more of a it was probably, honestly, in my opinion, easier to do a gravity assist than to do it normally. But hey, we are now out of the atmosphere, or almost out of the atmosphere, and there we go, out of the atmosphere, and then we can deploy our fairing, and we can reveal our mothership, and we can extend so I used 2 Gigantor solar panels because as we decouple our bottom stage there, because I wanted to have a lot solar power, obviously, and Joule is really far up from the sun, or Kerbal, or however you pronounce it. So you don't get a lot of solar panels have like 2 or 3 or 4% of their total usage, or at Joule, because there's like very little sunlight getting out there. So yeah, that's how we had the 2 massive solar panels. We also have an RTG in the lander to help us with electric charge if need be. So, and there we are, doing our 2,100 meters a second burn out to Joule with our 6 nuclear engines. I can count, right? And we're doing it 1 burn because 2 burns would just take too long. It's just too boring. We need to get the mission done. Get her done. There you go. We have our apparatus set at Joule now, and now we can do our correction burns, and we can get ready to get our gravity assist. So today we're doing a gravity assist around Lathe, because Tylo was in kind of a weird position, and Tylo and Lathe they're fairly similar in size. I believe Tylo was slightly bigger than Lathe, but either way, we were able to get our gravity assist. And the reason I said the gravity assist made things easier is because we were able to get our inclination set up for bop, and it would have been easier than having to do like a plane change. Or I could have done it in a correction burn, but hey, gravity assists are quite satisfying, and come to think of it, I might have said gravity assist when I should have said gravity turn. Like, when you launch, I'm not going off on tangent here, but when you launch and you like pitch over, you pitch over as you launch and stuff. I always say that's a gravity assist and that's a gravity turn, obviously. I always say the wrong thing, and I feel like I might have actually done this in the video. Because every time I do it, I get like a bunch of people for doing a premiere say gravity is turn, not gravity assist, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. Words are hard, right? Okay, well, let's hope I said that right. So there are just getting our gravity assist set up. At least I said that right. And you can see we have the app-waps of our orbit, our planned orbit, to be right about at Pole's or Bop's height. We will need to do a little bit of a correction once we get out there to actually get our encounter. You basically have to force an encounter around the smaller moons that are the Julian moons that are a little bit further out. Because if you wait like 5, 6, 7 orbits until you get like your target indicators like perfectly, like they're right next to each other. The problem is you'll end up getting like a freak encounter with like Tylo, Val, or Lathe or something, which will completely screw everything up. So it's just easier to get it done in 1 quick burn. I mean, it was 500 meters a second. This was not at all the most efficient way of doing things, but hey, there is Lathe. Hello, Lathe. Bye, Lathe. We packed extra fuel. This is why we packed extra fuel. So gonna go around 1 time, then we're gonna do our maneuver node at Joule Periaps to get ourselves on a boppity encounter. And there's Joule. That looks really nice with the visual mods in 1.11. And there we go. I do apologize if this video is a little bit longer. It's about 20-ish minutes in length. I usually try and keep my videos around 15 minutes. Yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. But it's just because Joule, there's a lot of maneuver nodes required in planning and stuff, and just burning and stuff required to get to a Julian moon, because it's like you're going to a mini solar system inside of a real solar, to a full-size solar system. So there's a lot of crap you have to do to get set up, but nevertheless, we are arriving now at BOP. We're going to be getting into a polar orbit because, or a polar-ish orbit, because the Easter egg is quite far north. I wonder how many of you actually know what the Easter egg is. I'm sure when I said pole, like half of you figured it out. I don't know. See, I don't know, because I feel like this this Easter egg it's the coolest Easter egg in my opinion, but no one ever talks about it. It's the coolest Easter egg in the whole game, I think, in my opinion. But no one ever talks about it. Like the video when I visited once in an older video. And I got quite a few comments saying, "Oh, I never even knew this existed." And I'm like, "Yo, now's another opportunity when I'm a little bit bigger here, a few more subscribers. I can do even like a little more cooler mission, and also go back out there and try, I don't know, raise awareness, I guess." I don't think that. I don't know. If you're starting a charity, a charity that raises awareness for stuff in KSP and Kerbal Space Program is not the route I would go down. I do like I don't know, like cancer or something. I don't know, the poor kids in Africa. I don't know. Get them water. I don't know. Okay, so we're just cross-pegging. So I set up a maneuver node so I can actually get lined up properly with our destination. Then we're going to transfer some Kerbals out to the lander, and then we can decouple it and deorbit ourselves. Even though this lander has very small amounts of fuel, it still has way too much fuel. So we can kind of be a little bit liberal in our landing. We don't, we can kind of fly around and get a perfect landing right next to the Easter egg, which you can see is coming into view right now. It is that tiny little green speck you can see on the ground. It gets a lot bigger as we get closer, but it appears I have slightly overshot my burn, so I need to get retrograde, and now I'm going to crash, and oh my gosh, radio low, until now we are way past where we need to be, but we can just kind of do a boost back-ish burn. And then we can head back to our, that looks so cool, Joule in the background. That is seriously epic. Wow. Either way, now what else is seriously epic is this Easter egg transitions, right? And the new textures for BOP, which are also coming into view, which look very, very snazzy, I guess. And there it is. There's the Easter egg, and if you haven't figured it out yet, it is or you didn't know before, it is a Kraken. It is the Deep Space Kraken, what it's supposed to be, because I'm sure most of you guys know the Kraken is a thing in KSP. It's when you have a glitch or your craft randomly explodes. That's referred to as a Kraken attack for those of you who don't know, the 0.2% of you who don't. By the way, bad landing, by the way. We kind of bounced, but hey, we're down. We can just kind of slide to a stop. Yeah. So this is a reference to the Kraken, and it's just hanging out. It's like a dead Kraken just hanging out on BOP. I thought that's really cool. It's the fact that the devs reference the Kraken. It's not normal that developers put Easter eggs in games for bugs that exist in the games. But yeah, either way, we have now EVA'd Bill. He's our engineer, so he can actually do the building. Hey, Bill builds, right? Too bad Bob wasn't the engineer. Then it would be Bob the builder, right? So now we're just setting up our tiny little outpost here. We're going to get the deployable science out. We put our little main structure there with the structural panel, and then we can do the adapter, the science thing, and then the communication thing, or the communitron. And then put a battery on for good measure, obviously. I don't know about obviously, but and then we're just gonna put up some lights so they can actually see what's going on. And that's gonna be most of our nice little outpost. I don't know. It feels, I guess, cozy. I guess that's the right word. And then we're gonna set up a nice little table and chairs. So we're gonna take a little grip pad, the circle version, then we can set up command chairs around it to kind of look like a nice little table for the Kerbals to hang out. I don't know really what they do. There's no gravity on this moon, and it's no atmosphere. I guess you can't really just I don't know, just chill and have a game of poker on there. It's not really what you do. Your cards would all I don't know, if someone got upset they lost and they chucked their chips or something, they would probably get into orbital velocity. And now I am just doing my EVA science thing. I did it a few times. I kept getting the banana cracking one. I'm like, hey, I kind of want there's two of them. If you don't know, these things are really cool. It's one of the new things out of 1.11. You can either smash a banana or you hit a golf club or hit a golf ball. Later, I found out after I smashed 3 bananas that the golf one only exists on, you only get that one if you have planets or moons with an atmosphere. So that's Duna, Lathe, even Kerbin. So I was just smashing bananas for no reason. Now I'm planting my flag, and my flag fell over. So I tried another one, and that one also fell over. So I don't know what's going on with the flag. Maybe I needed to plant it on like the structural panel. Maybe that's a new thing with 1.11. I don't know. We're just gonna snap some pictures with the Kraken in the background. I didn't even get a good angle of the Kraken. Like, I didn't even walk around to the front side of the Kraken. I never even realized that. I'll put the other video I did of me visiting the Kraken. We explore the Kraken a little more, get a little bit nicer views of it. So I'll put that as a card. But now it is time to return, and it looks like Jeb, basically, he did nothing. He just kind of stood out there and watched Bill do his magic. But now it's time to dock up with the mothership, which is in a 60 by 60 kilometer orbit. There we go, up we go, yay. The reason it's in a 60 by 60, originally I was in a 23 by like 23, I believe it was, 23 by 25 maybe, I don't know. The problem is on BOP, you cannot time warp, you cannot at all go into non-physical time warp if you are below 24,500 meters or 24.5 kilometers. So that would not have been very entertaining. I'd have been sitting here just forever just trying to get one orbit done. So yeah. That's how we had to boost up the orbit of the mothership. But now we are getting our docking or our rendezvous set up with the mothership. Sorry if my commentary is not very good, or I keep losing my train. It's like almost noon or like 12 noon. I don't know what you guys say in Europe for noon. I think you guys also say noon. And I have had literally nothing to eat, and I've been up since 8, and I am just starving right now. So yeah. Sorry if this commentary is a little bit disjointed, I guess to be the right word. So here we are, just getting ourselves rendezvoused with our target. I did want to try out the new 5-way monoprop thrusters that came with 1.11, but I'm just such a good KSP player that I didn't even need monoprop for this docking. It was actually kind of half luck because I got myself slowed down like right next to the target, and I was moving at like 0.1 meters a second or like 0.01 meters a second close to the target. So we just had it, basically, we loud and lazy methoded it, and we came in together as Val has been waiting on the mothership or in the command pod, and there it goes. Now it is time to get ourselves back to Kerbin. Now, I know I said I brought a little bit of extra fuel, and I literally did. I have 3,000 meters a second of Delta V to get back, and we need, we literally even forced our encounter. Like, we did a pretty bad encounter with Kerbin, and it only took around 1,500. So, a little bit of extra Delta V. Actually, a lot of extra Delta V. We literally used half of our Delta V to get back. Oh boy. You guys didn't even see that. Something was kind of falling in my room. So yeah, now it is time to get our Kerbin encounter. Where is it? Come on, we can do it. There it goes. That's a really bad encounter, but hey, if it works, it works. All right, so now we can time warp to our maneuver node, and then we can do our final big burn. We're gonna do one more correction burn, and then it'll be home time for the Kerbals. I'm sure they're ready to come back to Kerbin. I don't know, hit some golf balls. There we go. Now we're gonna plan our correction burn, and then it will be, and then we'll be home free, basically. Home free. We're gonna we come so fast. It's coming at like 6,700 meters a second. It is a very speedy thing. The time warp literally took like 5 minutes. I'm just gonna crossfade across to us actually coming in to Kerbin. Yay, because this video is already pretty long. We don't want to make it any longer. So now we're just decoupling ourselves from the lander and the mothership just as they blow up when we almost blow up the command pod. That was like basically as last second as you can get it, right? But yeah, here we are as the G-forces get up, and 10, 12, 15 pegged. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of G's. If you really think about it, like, because this is time-lapse, obviously, they had like 15 plus G's. They were experiencing that for a good minute, and then as they start to alleviate, they have like 2 minutes of like over 3 or 2 G's. So like on a roller coaster, the maximum G's you usually pull is around 2, and that's only for like a second during like a turn or at the bottom of a hill or something. Like, imagine like 20 G's for like a minute, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, or however long it was, and then just many more minutes of 4 G's. Like, it's like perpetually getting hit by a semi-truck for like a minute. It is terrible. Just imagine that. And then being on like a horrible, of like one of the most extreme roller coasters constantly for like 3 minutes. It's crazy if you really think about it. But hey, Kerbals, they're strong. They'll buff out. And now we are coming down and deploying our parachute. And here we are. This is a very nice sunset landing. And we'll just get the UI disabled, and we can just enjoy the nice views as we come on down to the surface, or the water, or that looks really nice, doesn't it? Wow. And splashdown! Alright, we have made a little bit of a bounce there. That was a little bit violent of a landing, but hey, they made it back. So put some cards if you want to check those out, but that is going to be it for me. So I'd like to thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Please rate or comment to this video once again. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time, and bye.